Today we are doing the head unit because we have new door speakers. So we're gonna try to upgrade the stereo so that we have Bluetooth and it'll power these door speakers better. So maybe we'll get some more depth, more bass. So Dan is gonna lead us into temptation and not into evil and show us what we need to do. First, you're gonna start with the center console, and there's a screw right here and a screw on the adjacent side,
Opposing.
next to the opposing side. And then there's also two screws in the what is that?
Center console?
The center one?
Center cubby.
The center storage cubby thing. And so you'll get those 4 screws off. You'll unscrew the shift knob. So you unscrew the shift knob. You get those 4 screws off.
I'm gonna start on those 4 screws.
And then you pivot up, and you got to disconnect the window switches. We did this whole process when we did the window switches. Link down below for the window switch video.
I took this out.
Oh yeah, I was testing the stereo, man.
Shout out to our buddy Charlie from the Cannonball Rally video from earlier last year.
Yeah, heated garage. It's about 60 degrees in here. That's the t-shirt, and it's January in Minnesota, which honestly,
Wisconsin, but
well, we
close
are
enough.
in Wisconsin, but
Canada South.
the Midwest. It is actually 40 degrees right now, which is weird, but I'm still convinced it'd probably be 60 degrees in here because it's set to 60. Anyways, we got 4 screws. You're supposed to, I think, set the headlights up, but I gotta double check before you disconnect all this.
2 screws. Take that wing nut out.
All right. Oh, there's a screw underneath the cup holder.
Oh, look at that. Well, there's always next times, kids. Okay, just want it out of the way. Let's find out how we want the headlights before we do anything else.
All right, there are 2 screws right in the front of that dash.
Here's one.
Oh, maybe
It's only
there's
the
just one.
So there's an atrocious multi-step process for getting out the cover for the center console. According to this, reverse is over here. So we put it in reverse to make sure that when we're pulling this out, not gonna hit anything, scratch anything. So first step, right there. Go ahead, take your eyeball vents out.
So to remove the eyeball, so to remove the eyeball vent, I get into driver's side since I'm right-handed, and you may have watched our other videos because what I did was put a little felt in here so they're not droopy anymore. They'll stay in one place. And someone who's particular about how they want their eyeballs resting would appreciate that. Oh, anyway. So you push it down and to the left, and there's a little slit over here. There's a slit in there, right in that little bottom corner. What you want to do, I don't know why that's not moving, because when I did it the last time, it was super easy. You just turn and then pull. There we go. Maybe I was hitting something. Maybe it was because I wasn't also pulling. Yeah, scary. Because it's just these little tabs are the only thing keeping it in. And this metal in here. We didn't have to do the aggressive, scary way. All right, so get this screw off. You want to make sure your headlights are up. Do you see where the heck the screws are for this thing? Oh, there they are. So then the other screws are up here. We got a magnet. I just use my finger. And up here. And then you just disconnect the harness in the middle. And we will unscrew stereo, 2 on each side, 4 total. And then we will need Dan to start soldering the wiring harness. Yeah, there should be an adapter for the antenna.
70-7901 radio wiring.
There's different size antennas for stereos. Harness in the back left, bottom left side. tab. There's a tab on the top. Should be able to just push that out. Hole. I'm gonna put this here so they don't scratch up our original stereo too much. There we go. And they don't really give you any slack. Seriously?
Need to unplug something or not?
So here's the antenna. Well, there's a Phillips back here. How do we get at that? The ground.
Just like so.
So once you've got the old stereo out, you're ready to solder the harnesses together. So this harness is what plugs into the back of the radio, and this radio has the power separated because it runs extra power and needs a fuse. So to get all the audio signals, you buy an adapter kit that plugs into the original stereo plugs, and then that'll go into the new stereo. You'll strip and solder all the colors that match together, and then we'll have to cut and solder this to the yellow, and then cut and solder this to the ground that's in the car. So this is the mounting bracket that you'll buy. They're manufacturer specific, so this one's made for a Mazda, so it's kind of daunting when you first open the kit up. There's a lot of options because it's sort of a one-size-fits-all situation, so you just gotta open up to the page that refers to your car, and pretty straightforward. You just follow the instructions, assemble that, put the radio in here, and then this will mount just like the original radio does, and we should be ready to rock and roll. Again, since this is a one-size-fits-all, there's got set 1, which is denoted on here, and then there's an A, B, and C tab, and according to the instructions for this car, you're supposed to cut off all tabs except for tabs B, so that means we'll cut A and C off. Might want safety glasses for this. So another common thing that you have to do with an aftermarket radio is adapt the antenna plug-in. So this fits the OEM plug, and then this fits the kind of aftermarket standard plug size. So what Dan's doing right now is with this specific head unit, it requires a built-in fuse, which you're actually supposed to wire that directly to the battery, but we don't have a fuse that we can put by the battery. So we're just gonna wire it into the normal radio wiring and hope that it doesn't blow the fuse. If it blows the fuse, we'll replace it, and then we'll have to wire it directly to the battery because this draws more than a standard radio. It's got 40 watts RMS per channel versus 20, so it's almost basically double. So once we get that last thing started up, he did a really slick job on this harness, end to end and heat shrink and everything. We'll be able to test the stereo and hopefully it doesn't blow a fuse.
So